just have a quick go at just a trial, not even a trial fit really, just pushing the bed frame pieces together just to see how everything's likely to go together. I can already see a slight problem. The holes in this to line up with that bit, they're not on either at channels, so I'm going to have to drill through this, which is a pain. Actually, it's not that bad, because I didn't realise that. I think you can fit an upside down tino in there, I think. Yes, you can. That is fantastic, actually. The one was right in the middle of that. That's it. That's actually going to work out perfectly. Even though the drill, it's not too bad a result. So just to illustrate what I realised earlier, this is a piece of 2020. Now, this is a sliding T-nut, so you just slide the T-nut down a little groove and then fasten your bolt through whatever you're fastening it to, another piece of 2020 or whatever it is, into the T-nut there. That's that. So what we're using was this 2040. So with the hinges I've got to drill through this bit. But what I realised was you can put a T-nut down here, which is like the wrong way up in effect, and once you drill it all through, drill a hole in here, you can then fasten your bolt to this T-nut on the other side, but it only fits loose. It's not actually in a groove. So I've got the first joint just about done, but these holes on this plate are only for M5s. I'm not convinced. I just don't think they're thick enough. So I'm putting another little bracket in here with M6 bolts in. I'd be happy with that anyway. And that's how I shall do each corner. So I finally finished it, tightened it all up. 4 hours work gone into that. Made it much slower. Only having to prepare these holes for the little brackets here, otherwise it'd be much quicker. But as it happens, how it is at the moment, it's doing a bit of a motor head and moving like a parallelogram a little bit, so it wants just stiffening up a little bit, and the little angles will do that perfectly. While I'm out here, also decided to cut this table down a bit just to make it easier for people to get out of these two seats here, including me. I might go back a bit sharper than that yet, but anyway, that's roughly where I'm going to take it to. Also, there's too much movement in this. I need to sort out getting it actually further into hold, and I figured a way of doing it. I'll look at that tomorrow. Now, the underlying problem with this is that it's about 4 inches deep. It's at least 3 inches deep, and that's only about what, an inch, if that, an inch and a bit maybe, I don't know. So cut a split down here on one other side, and then ram it into there to get it shaped to receptacle a bit better. So I've sorted that out, cut it, banged it in. Now it's much better. Trying a bit of movement, but you expect to be it. It's not bad at all, that. Call that sorted. Get on with cutting this now. So I think I've worked out how to best do this. I've got my holes drilled for hinges, but I'm concerned about how to make a framework up here, how to do it for best. I think the easy way is just to bolt that to that, or bolt a piece of 2040 I'll use, and then I've got an accurate measurement of the gap between the two pieces, so I can bridge it. I'll put one at an angle here and just a straight one up here. Quite easy really. Well, that's table sorted. Just left the edge of the table a bit messy, but I suppose I could use filler on it, but it's only supposed to be temporary, but we'll see. I might make it more permanent later on. Anyway, access to these two seats is much improved. It's a lot firmer, so I think I'll have to have my tea in it tonight. So I did say that I figured out how to attach the hinges, Murphy bed hinges, to these beams with the holes centrally drilled down this bit. Now, I never said that was going to be easy to do. So what I'm planning on doing, I actually drilled them in the first place. I drilled them in stages. I drilled a small hole first, which is how I've done quite a few of the drill holes through metal. Small hole first, and then a bigger hole, to the actual size that I wanted. But the small hole on these, I drilled all the way through, deliberately, so that I could access this side with an Allen key. And the idea with that is to shove the T-nut in at this side and then hold it with the Allen key from here and then attach the bolt from underneath. T-nuts into here with the bolts attached to them with these really pretty heavy hinges, and they are heavy. Proved to be just too difficult. The first couple of holes here I could have got to, but the problem is I need to get that one first, with it being the deepest one in. That had to be done first to then be able to access the other two T-nuts after, and it's just too far in for me to do it easily. It's just too difficult, so I'm going to have to bolt them through. The fortunate thing is I've got 6 bolts actually in stock that are the perfect length from actually a motorbike build I did a few years back. So I shall drill them through. Okay, I've got the Murphy bed hinges in place now. But he's just waiting for I need to cut a piece here to put in here. One in here. One in here. With these hinges on, it's now weighing quite a bit. It does need bracing. Also, I've got to put a central beam across here, which will firm it up nicely. It's coming on quite well now. I've got to prepare this thing to fit in here. I can't fit it properly yet. It's just got to be added. I've just got to get it ready to do holes in these bits. And then I've got 4 of these bits to fit in here. I'm going to use a combination of this lot to fit them. So we'll see how that goes. So here's a lesson for you. Don't do what I just did, or you'll lose these things. Preload these first. Before you put them down the slots. That's one side done, nice and tight, and unfortunately I've lost the grub screw down here, and I think I'm one short of finishing the job, which is incredibly annoying. We'll see. I've just been to fetch some more of these things out of the house. Got them all in a plastic bag, and what I didn't realise is there are grub screws in with them. I bought a load separate. Never mind. That's all my little inserts fixed in, top and bottom. Same this side. And I marked it where my drill holes need to be for this central brace. And that's enough for me for one day. This all looks a bit dodgy, but I'm trying to figure out where Murphy bed's going to go. I've made some provisional marks for where I think it needs to go, but I've run out of money. I'm owed £3 in tax, and until I get that back I can do nothing, so I'm looking to see if I can sort it out with what materials I've got in stock. I might have got enough aluminium to do the job. I think I've made my mind up with this. It's just so much easier to do it in 2040. I can have one beam from here up to here, a right angle going across to here, and then another smaller right angle probably in 2020 going here. And that just looks the easiest way to do it, rather than trying to struggle with material I've got. So just marking up the holes for the drill, bed slats. It's a pain, it's going to take ages, but I should just get on with it. Well, there's my upright drill holder, and that's the problem I've got. I need something to pad that all a bit better out there to tighten it up. Up until then, I've got a problem drilling these. Fortunately, the bed slats don't need much drilling out of. I probably don't even need to drill that hole. In fact, just into this surface here would probably be enough. So I might get away with it, but it's... the problem is it bites into this bit and then drill bits all over place. I really need a drill holder, so it is a problem. So I've got all these bed slat holder holes drilled yesterday. It weren't actually as bad as I thought. And we're using a 7.5mm drill bit, which is actually too big to go in that slat there, but if you turn it a little bit and put a bit of force down on it, it holds position. So it's actually easier to drill than I thought it was going to be, although it's not actually the correct drill bit. It probably could have done with 8mm. Whether 8mm would have done the same as that, I don't know, but anyway, that's what I used. 50 drill holes. Got a slight problem with this bit. I've got to do something here for one slat where this comes over, but it shouldn't be a big problem. I might put a parallel piece of 2020 here. So now I resolved that issue was with a few pieces, 4 pieces of these little corner brackets drilled into this face, and then fitted them in the groove here. So that's how I've resolved that one. I've got the shell beams roughly marked up. This one on the right is pretty much set in stone, so I'll be fastening that to the floor next. So that is that's how that's going to be. This one might be moved that way a bit or this way, but it's hard to say until I've got it all squared up. Bit early for Christmas, but use a Christmas tree bit on it. It has to be a metal beam. I know it's not fuel tanks, it's set lower than that. So just obstructing a little bit. This problem I've got here is nowhere near as big a problem as I thought it was. I've got this one's obviously in, but that one, triangle camper, you can actually see daylight alongside that. So I can see what it is underneath. It's the edge of a kind of U-shaped beam. It's just edge of it wants taken out just so that I can get the rib nut in. So it's actually quite an easy fix. That's that one finally. Rib nut in. I've been underneath and put some ammonite on it and on top, which is why it looks a bit oversprayed on front rib nut right there. So after looking at the seat belt, this appears to go like that. So the length that actually goes through metal is it's only the tiniest bit too long. So I'm just going to cut that end off. It'll be perfect. This beam's not finished, but I'm just going to fit it temporarily into mine just for the sake of getting something out of my kitchen. Kitchen is absolutely chock-a-block with stuff. This is about the minimum length they sold these in anyway, in 10s. Standard length anyway. Not a special order if any shorter. Put that in. My best guess at it being square and perfectly upright in each direction. This lets me at least tie bottom bracket up quite tight. It should be fairly straight that, but we'll see a bit later when I square everything up. And it's off the kitchen floor.